Performance Lab Sport combines safe, natural, and muscle-priming ingredients to give you the best performance during high-intensity training. Learn more at the link in the video description.
Let's go!
No more drop scenes, and what I'm going to do here is add in, actually it might be, if I go like that, maybe it'll fix it. No, it won't. Okay, we are back anyway. No more dropped frames, which is awesome. We don't have an overlay, but I'm working on it, which is brilliant. So yeah, we are getting there. So starting us off, what are some of your guys' predictions for this conference for today? Mike, let's start with you.
Yeah, I did go ahead and come up with a bit of a few small things here and there, but it kind of felt like that the closer we got to E3, the more things got like debunked or confirmed or what have you.
Okay.
So if anything else, the only thing I would have suggested for a small prediction would have been just like another big surprise for another partnership thing with Nintendo, essentially. But outside of that, though, it's kind of hard to say how exactly it's all going to play out right now because we kind of know what's going to be coming up for the Tom Clancy games. We know what's going to be coming up for the Watching Dogs and a few other things. So definitely it should be a lot of good fun times here and there.
Okay, nice. And Nick, any predictions at all for today? For Ubisoft at least?
I have two.
Yeah.
Like, we already know some of the stuff happening with Ubisoft. One, I think we'll see a 2D Rayman game like Legends or Origins. I don't know why, I just have a feeling.
Okay.
And two, this is a dream prediction. I really want to see a Prince of Persia. It'll probably never happen, but I really want one.
Okay. As myself, as I said earlier, I think I'm thinking something along the lines of like a Nintendo partnership, something more so either with what's it called? Mario plus Rabbids. That's what I'm thinking of. I know what I'm talking about. Something more to do with that, or I don't know. I'm thinking we might also see something from Skull and Bones as well, even though that's going through absolute development hell.
Well, they kind of and confirmed that they weren't going to be at E3, I think. But it would be nice to see something, but I think that we're not going to see anything from them for today.
Okay. Well, they are also working on a TV show with that as well. So maybe we might see something from that, possibly. Maybe.
Hopefully.
But aside from that, like I don't know. I'm not a massive Assassin's Creed guy or like a massive, Mario plus Rabbids guy or anything like that. Most Ubisoft games are like solid for me, but they're not absolutely amazing games. I think we'll definitely see something on the new Ghost Recon as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Breakpoint, yeah, that's the one. And also, I am reckoning we might even see something something Splinter Cell related as well. Even though
that'll be like an end teaser.
Yeah, I reckon that'll be.
A lot of people have been holding off for that one as well, especially from last year with Mr. Fisher being in Wildlands. That hopefully that may go to be something that could happen here pretty quick, where we'll at least get some teaser to show that the Splinter Cell series isn't dead. Hopefully.
Yeah. So they're just like some of my predictions. I don't know. Splinter Cell is kind of reaching a little bit because of the whole like tweet that happened and the whole stuff up with that, and they're like, "No, we're not doing it. We're just being morons in a sense." So, but do you also think we might see something from Beyond Good and Evil at all? Because they are
that one's also a bit of a coin flip as well right now.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of in that situation where we don't really know how it's going to play out. So, I mean, we still didn't even know if it's kind of in a stats to where they could even show stuff or if they're just going to keep teasing stuff. So that one's also kind of hard to say as well.
Yeah, okay. Because we did see some of that last year, and that looked to be like that story trailer that they did, or whatever you want to call it. That looked absolutely amazing. That looked awesome. Did either of you play the original at all?
No, but I really want to.
Yeah.
It looks pretty fun from what I've seen of it. Yeah.
I think I got halfway through, but I kind of stopped for some reason. I need to restart that game, though. Yeah. I think it's on Xbox One, I think, or the Xbox 360. They went ahead to release Beyond Good and Evil in HD, I believe, so
Yeah.
plenty of time to go ahead and check it out, especially since we don't exactly have a release date for Beyond Good and Evil 2. So
Because we're doing last year, they were doing like the whole submit art, and we might put it in the game thing. So it'd be interesting to see,
Yeah.
like, catch up more on if they've put anything in and what's going to be featured and that kind of thing. So I'm thinking they're definitely going to show something from Beyond Good and Evil. So do we think we might see something from Rainbow Six Siege as well? Because that's still going, apparently.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're porting that.
I feel like it's maybe yeah, I feel like that there's probably going to be a small mention of it because their most recent one that they went ahead to introduce, it's slipping my mind, but the gentleman with the sunglasses and the lady who could cloak herself in cameras.
Yeah.
They went ahead and showcased that recently at their most recent season tournament, what have you, but they didn't give us a date. So it would be a good time if they need to go to give us a date right now, so to speak.
Yeah, okay. Because it was...
yeah, nothing too major, but at least a release date of the next season.
Was that the guy who looked like a dad that was like wearing? He looked like he was just like a typical. Apparently he worked for the CIA and he's like undercover and he looks so not like a Rainbow Six agent at all. He's like supremely daddish in a sense.
Yeah, no, that's him for sure.
Yeah.
It's slipping my mind because I think he is CIA or he's like some kind of like special operatives of some sorts. Oh, Secret Service, that's what it was. The U.S. Secret Service. It makes no sense at all, but it's like he has sunglasses that can protect him from flashbangs because why not?
I mean, don't sunglasses do that anyway? The sun's constantly exploding.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that you'll still get like flash, or you'll probably, go with if flashbang went off on you with sunglasses, but...
Sure.
But no, if anything else, though, it would be fun to see if like they were to tease more operatives. But I feel like that it's kind of way too soon for them to do that. If they've already just showcased 2 operatives not too long ago, so maybe a small mention for Siege, but nothing that's probably going to be too major.
And they've kind of got other kind of platforms as well. They usually do that on. So I don't know. I don't think we're going to see any like new operatives or anything like that. But maybe like a new map or something possibly, or just where their development's heading. Because apparently they're
I'm sorry. The only reason why I'm hesitant is that I go ahead and write the stuff for Rainbow Six Siege on our site. So I go ahead and follow the game. Slightly a bit, shall we say. So, yeah, no. Alongside with the operatives, there was the rework as well of a map as well. I think it was the hotel. So, yeah, like I said, there may be a small mention, but it's probably not going to be anything too major.
Yeah, sure.
Not to be a downer on that.
That's all good. Nick, any more thoughts on Rainbow Six at all?
I never played Rainbow. Actually, I played the beta once. It didn't interest me. So any news of Rainbow Six, I'm just gonna leave.
Fair enough.
Flood out.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
mind you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
When it first launched, it was absolutely not good at all. Siege, but then since they've that's the thing with Ubisoft. Whenever they release a game and it's not really that good, they work on it and they work on it and they do their thing, and then it becomes absolutely amazing. And Siege is absolutely awesome, even for like a 2.5-year-old game or whatever it is. It's still going very strong, and the player base is still amazing for it, which is great.
What I would go ahead to say is that speaking of Tom Clancy, I would like to hopefully see something in regards of the Division 2.
Yeah, okay.
Because we know that the most recent specialization gunner that was posted on their PTR, so we know exactly what that's going to entail for the minigun. So that's going to be lots of fun. But I'm kind of in hopes that maybe they'll showcase not only like what expansions may be coming up later this year, but also maybe a small teaser for what the other 2 specializations will be as well. Since, I mean, it's fun to use a grenade launcher, a super powerful sniper rifle, and a crossbow that fires off explosive arrowheads, and a minigun. But it will be fun to see like what other like ultra powerful weapons that they could go ahead and utilize for us.
Yeah, fair enough. I completely forgot about the Division. Maybe they'll nerf.
Yeah, there's so many Tom Clancy games right now because in between Siege, the Division 2, and Siege Division 2 and Breakpoint, that's kind of what's also making it a bit difficult to say if there's going to be a 4th one with Splinter Cell. So that one's, where it's kind of hard to say how that's going to play out.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. Oh well, that's all good. So as Taylor mentioned yesterday, obviously Sony's not at E3 this year. Do we think we might see something from Ubisoft
Mm.
that they would normally show at like a Sony conference or like a Sony specific, like a Sony only PS4
I mean, maybe
only game?
Sony or Microsoft or what have you, but I don't know. That's again a bit hard to say because unless if they really had like a big AAA title they wanted to showcase, their time has kind of come and gone, so to speak, to be able to make that happen right now. So they're probably for
Yeah.
whatever they have, they're probably just saving it for themselves at this point if they have anything to their name.
Yeah, saving it
Yeah,
for
I
their own
think
booth.
companies like. Sorry.
No, that's all good. Go ahead.
Um, I think like companies like Capcom or Warner Brothers, they're just going to save the title for Gamescom now because that's the only choice they have now at this moment.
Okay.
Well, it's either Gamescom or if they're saving it for this week for E3 to start it up, they're just not going to use it at any conferences, which is understandable. But then at the same time, that still kind of sucks conference wise because that was another thing I also
Yeah.
noticed as well. Because I don't know if you guys might have realized this or not, but we did not really get that many gameplay reveals for games. It's been mostly trailers
Yeah.
up to this point. And a
That-
lot of people have been pointing that out ever since the Bethesda one ended. Because if it wasn't for Doom, Bethesda would have hands down won the worst conference of all time. But at least with Doom, it kind of makes it like second or third worst at best.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, mind you, Ubisoft could go ahead and showcase a lot of gameplay stuff right now, and that would be pretty freaking sweet. But we'll see how that plays out though once we get ready to get going here in 5 minutes.
Nick, any
Yeah.
follow-up thoughts on that?
That's the reason why this E3 is not like getting to me because all the reveals we got are like CG trailers and it's either games that were leaked or games we already know, except
Yeah.
for like 1-2 occasions. So there's not really any new exciting things. Like I said, Capcom hasn't shown anything. Warner Bros. hasn't shown anything. Hell, I'll take even a Modern Warfare gameplay trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
surprising
but
that Modern Warfare hasn't shown up. I think because they're like not that they're PS4 exclusive, but they've got like a deal with Sony to only
Yeah.
market with Sony. I think it might be because Sony's not here, perhaps, that they're not doing it. If Sony ends up doing like a what are they called, State of Play, or are they their live streams?
Yeah,
State
no,
of
it's
Play
the
or
state of play,
PSX.
but they don't really have anything for E3 planned unless if they announce something and it kind of slipped under the radar for everyone.
I'm thinking they're gonna do a sneaky. To be honest, like we'll just be like at the end of E3.
Hey, if they
we'll
have
just be
something
like,
sneaky, all the more power to them.
I think Sony would announce their PSX daytime so people could get excited for their showcase.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping that Sony shows something, but we'll see. So
Yeah.
3 games here that you'd really love to see shown, like your top 3 that you want to see the gameplay of, trailers of, whatever you reckon. Mike, you go first. Go for
Okay.
it.
That one's a bit hard to say. So I'm just gonna go to say in no particular order. Watch Dogs Legion, for the small little teasers that got leaked out, that one does interest me a bit to see if they're going to be improving on Watch Dogs 2, so that one's going to be a fun one to keep an eye out for. As I mentioned before, The Division 2, it had a pretty good launch, but it's kind of like in that little weird status point of okay, it's good, but we're still waiting for more stuff, so hopefully we'll go to see that here pretty quickly. And then, I guess if they have a big surprise, I'll hold off for that. I mean, again, I'm going to go to say my out of left field game here because, that's all what we want to see. We want to see what big new IP they're going to have for us.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense. Nick, your top 3 or like top 3 gameplay / trailers you want to see here?
Number 3 is Watch Dogs 3 since it's Watch Dogs and I like Watch Dogs.
Sure.
Number 2 is hopefully Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
And number 1, I hope there's a revival of Prince of Persia. Like I said, probably not going to happen, but one man can dream.
Sure, that makes sense. For me, it'd either be probably Splinter Cell to begin with, Probably something on Beyond Good and Evil 2. And gee, what else do they even? Wow. Okay. Cracky. And I've already said Splinter Cell, haven't I?
Yep.
Running out of choice. Oh yes, a Hawks game. I really want to see another Tom Clancy's Hawks game. That is something that I really want to see, like their jet / war game in a sense, or
That'd be cool.
End War as well. Something like a reboot of End War or a new End War or something like that. That's because Taylor and myself both absolutely loved End War, and they're like our top picks in a sense. But
I just saw some guy just use a chicken as a suicide bomber in Far Cry. That was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh dear. Anyway, we're kind of running out of time here. We've got 1 minute until the show starts. So, of course, you can stay right here. We're going to jump on over and host the Ubisoft conference. Make sure
We would recommend it actually.
I mean,
because
usually
it does
our
run fairly
streams and
smoothly.
yeah, usually our streams hosting and whatnot work pretty darn well. Although we couldn't really find the Devolver one yesterday, but whatever. So
The Devolver one was amazing as always.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, you can jump onto our community Discord down below. Ask us any questions you want to regarding E3, and we'll probably get back to you pretty darn quickly. Of course, you can also ask us in our Twitch chat as well. But yeah, we'll go on ahead and jump over here. Make sure you tune into our after show thoughts as well, which we'll be doing straight after the Ubisoft show. We'll see you shortly, guys. Enjoy.
See you guys soon.
Yeah.
What you just saw was only a glimpse of the Assassin's Creed Symphony Tour starting on June 29th. Imagine an 80-piece live orchestra and choir playing the iconic themes from Assassin's Creed while you relive some of the most memorable moments from over a decade of Assassin's Creed in an immersive experience. Check out acsymphony.com to learn more.
I mean, excellent music, great performances, goosebumps. If you like those things, I think those shows are going to be for you. But, of course, there's one show that we all came here to see, the Ubisoft E3 conference, and it's just about to start here from the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles. Now the house is packed, and to give you folks at home an idea of what that feels like, can I please hear the balcony people make some noise? Now, if you please, I'd like to do the same for the people sitting on the ground floor. Well, the excitement is here, folks. We hope you're feeling the same way there. From everyone at Ubisoft all around the world, please enjoy the show.
London, greatest city in the world. Well, used to be. Now it's a right mess. Government's fucked off. Extremists are grabbing power. Organised crime slicing up the boroughs. The war dogs are out. And freedom's a bloody joke. But this ain't their London. This is our London. And there's a new power growing. It's all of us, together. We're building a resistance, one recruit at a time.
What's my favourite operative up to this evening? And no, I never say that to the others.
Scouting talent, Bagley. So gob shut, eyes peeled, yeah?
I have no eyes, and if I did, I wouldn't peel them.
Heightened security measures are in effect throughout London city limits.
Bloody drones are everywhere, kicking our fucking teeth in lately.
Then I recommend you recruit someone who can deal with drones.
Brilliant, never would have thought of that.
Oi!
You're clear. Sod off.
All right, easy. I'm complying.
Impressive skill set.
Sure, but we need a drone expert, Raj, not a shit kicker. File that one away for later.
Are you concerned about the increased Albion presence in London?
It's a total disgrace. Mercenaries patrolling the street.
Get the fuck over here!
Me? I ain't done nothing.
Come on, you shifty prick, hurry up!
Well now,
Jimmy Shaw. No formal engineering training, but he has several mischief charges for hijacking Albion drones.
Hold still.
Fuck you, man. You got no right.
fucking hell. We find our drone expert and he's about to get himself nicked.
I'm dead set. Get out of here!
Riot drone! Keep your hands visible.
Best not to escalate if you don't... Oh, just ignore me.
Prepare to be detected.
Not today.
Hold. Prepare to be detained. Autodrive now disabled.
Several chase drones are converging on your position.
No shit.
What were you planning to tell me about the bloody checkpoint?
Oh, there's a checkpoint.
Move!
Fuck! We lost Ian. He's gone.
Lovely evening, isn't it?
I used to feed the birds here. Now they're all bloody machines.
Get used to it. In the long march of progress, everything dies eventually.
Eventually, even you, Bagley, I'm sure.
Now, there's my Helen. Speaking of death, you'll never guess what just happened to Ian.
Oh, for God's sake, Bagley, a little respect.
Then let's finish what he started. He was working on a new recruit, a drone expert.
That's promising. What do we know about him?
Albion scanned Jimmy just before Ian was killed. I should be able to predict his next move from that data. Unfortunately, his records are locked up tighter than your compression stockings.
Are they now?
But this case should be handled by the Met.
Albion's even taken over Scotland Yard. Complicates matters. And there's my way in. Hello, darling. Time to go. They'll be on to me. Sleep tight. Yeah.
The files you stole indicate that Jimmy's gone to Camden Market.
Let's get someone over there, Bagley. Chop, chop.
Ready for some action, Naomi?
Always. But this recruit better be worth all the trouble.
According to the Scotland Yard records, Jimmy's sister was killed by Clan Kelly. We believe he's seeking his revenge inside Camden Market.
Camden Black Market, you mean?
Yes, the Kellys are rumoured to run all sorts of illicit goods out of the old stables. Some with fingers and toes.
If he's gone in there alone, he's in big trouble.
The Kellys have this place on full lockdown. I have an idea.
Well, we don't even know. Today, everything's all fine and dandy. It's all we need to get this shit back into fucking streets. And be careful.
Now, Naomi, we've already lost one operative, so try not to get killed, or we'll be in the red for the day.
Copy that.
Huh? What the hell? Is this a meme? This better be a joke or I'm slapping.
Ah, cannabis and fentanyl, together at last through the miracle of genetics.
I could have used 10 more minutes.
The Kellys are moving loads of weapons out of here. And not your typical back alley shanks. Stables. It's human trafficking. Found Jimmy.
Cheeky shit. Fuck you!
And here we thought he might be in some sort of trouble.
Let me go!
So, how are you going to get him out of there?
Lots of hugs and kisses.
Help me.
Reinforcements are converging on your position.
On your feet, mate.
Well, wait a minute. Are you dead sick?
Hope you're sharper than you look.
Jesus Christ! Someone help me beat these dead sick pricks!
Back up! I need back up! Whoa!
Does the rolling help?
Watch it! Shit! Fucking hell! Run!
Well, we showed those fucks, didn't we?
We almost died out there tonight.
Look, thanks for helping me, but I can handle myself.
Right. You think you're better off alone. You think everyone else has given up and there's no one to trust. That's what they want you to think, and that's how they'll take us, one at a time. It doesn't have to be that way. Together, we can change things.
Wait. What happened to that bloke who helped me?
He didn't make it.
Fuck it.
Welcome to DedSec, James.
Yeah. Okay, so where do I go to meet the rest of the crew?
You don't need to go anywhere. Look around you. Everyone has a reason to fight, and DedSec is open to anyone.
Anyone?
Welcome to the Resistance.
Thank you. Thank you. Guess I'm going to make you all wait so long, I should really knock it out of the park, huh? I'm Clint Hawking. I'm the creative director of Watch Dogs Legion. And for the past few years, the team and I have had the privilege to work on a game and an innovation that we are very proud of. Watch Dogs Legion is set in London, one of the greatest cities in the world, and it's had a massive influence on all of our culture for centuries. Today,
With Brexit, London's at a turning point. It's hard to predict what the future holds for London, for the UK, or for the world. But history has proven time and again that where London goes, all of us go together. In our near future, London is facing her downfall. The UK has become a surveillance state, and freedom has been replaced with fear. Armed drones patrol the streets, deportation squads rip people from their homes, and Granddad is using crypto to buy a new kidney on the black market. But Londoners never surrender. Their resilience and determination is an inspiration to us all, and they are the heroes of our game. All of them. In Watch Dogs Legion, your mission is to build a popular resistance to fight back against the emergence of an authoritarian regime. This means you don't just play as one hero, but many. And in Watch Dogs Legion, you can recruit and play as anyone. In our game, every Londoner is fully simulated with a persistent life and relationships, and anyone from the entire population can be recruited into your team. Find them, profile them, hack into their lives, play their origin mission, and win them over to your cause. The heroes you recruit are all unique characters with different backstories and personalities, fully voiced and animated, and they are the stars of your story. Every cinematic in the game will change, depending on whether you're playing a former MI5 action hero, a 70-year-old granny you saw feeding pigeons in the park, or anyone in between. However you want to play, whoever you want to be, Watch Dogs Legion lets you be that. You want to make a team of classic British spies? No problem. You want to be a crew of street-savvy kids from the council block? Do it. You want to go hipster, body mod, Afro-punk, gangsta? Awesome. The women of Bletchley Park? These ladies fucking invented hacking! Play as Anyone is the innovation that transforms a story about freeing London and the world from the grip of tyranny into a game about the heroes that live in each of us. Because being a hero isn't just a job for someone else anymore. It's a job for everyone. So on behalf of the Watch Dogs Legion's team here and around the world, I hope to see you on the booth. Thank you for your time, and welcome to the Resistance.
Ah, London. Had a good run there for a while. Now it's all riots, bombings, and people thrown in cages like animals. Oh, and who could forget the killer robots everywhere? So yeah, that's all gone a bit shit. It's up to us to take our city back. Thing is, we can't do it alone. We need to recruit a resistance. I know what you're thinking. Where do we start? Open your eyes and take a look around. Look here. Look at him. No, not him. Him. Former MI5.
Duty never ends.
He can get anywhere and erase anyone. See her?
Let's kick those bastards out of London.
She got kicked out of Oxbridge Robotics School for teaching him to reproduce. And that fella over there? Proper bellend. Come on, come at me. He'll crack your skull just for looking at him funny.
This had better be fucking good.
And allow me to introduce you to the deadliest of the lot. She's not old, she's experienced. Like I said, you can recruit anyone, and I mean bloody anyone. Him, her, everyone is a secret weapon. Find them Recruit them. Build the resistance. Let's unfuck this world.
Hello. My name is Rob McElhenney, and for the past 14 years, I have been making a television show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Thank you. But I am here today because I love games, and I wanted to express that love in the only way that I know how, save for playing them, and that is to make a TV show about them. More importantly, the people who create those games and the people who play them. So last year, I called the funniest people that I knew, Charlie Day, Megan Gans, and David Hornsby, all executive producers on Sunny, and we started talking. We realized very early on that if we were going to do this, we wanted to do it right and to be as authentic as possible, because, as you all know, nobody smells bullshit like this particular community. So we did the right thing. We partnered with Ubisoft, and away we went. It has been an incredible experience working with one of the biggest and best game developers in the world to inspire us, because our show takes place in the fictional studio that created the biggest MMORPG in the world, Mythic Quest. And we meet them on the cusp of releasing their biggest expansion yet, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. The show follows the team of devs as they navigate the challenges of running their game while dealing with the difficulties of modern office life. These people are truly stuck together, yet they grind it out day after day for the love of the game. And at the head of that team is my character, creative director, Ian Grimm. Like, like most creative directors, he's gifted, driven, and tirelessly dedicated to his game. And like most of the creative directors that I've met, he has an ego the size of a city bus. I'm going to get my ass kicked backstage because there's a lot of creative directors here. Joking aside, it is clear that those creative directors and the thousands of people who work on these games put everything that they can into them. They recognize that they have a tremendous opportunity and responsibility, that they must do everything in their power to ensure that the games are nothing short of the best that they can make, because that is what the community, you, deserve. I promise you that in making this show, we took the same approach. So without further ado, here is a brief look into our upcoming TV series for Apple TV+, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet.
What is Mythic Quest? Some may say it's just a video game. When it first debuted, MQ was hailed as a masterpiece. Now played in 20 different countries on 6 continents, it's the biggest massive multiplayer role-playing game of all time. And today, they find themselves on the precipice of their first major expansion, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. And it all falls on the shoulders of one man, creative director Ian Grimm.
When we think about cultural touchstones, we think E.T., Star Wars, Avatar. And yet our industry dwarfs the traditional entertainment business. So when we think about legends, why not think Mythic Quest?
True indeed. And when we think of visionary world-building artists, instead of just Spielberg, Lucas, and Cameron, why not think Grimm?
I'm sorry, I gotta stop. What is this?
It's a commercial for the game.
It's a commercial for you.
It's still going.
Oh my god. This is insane.
I think it's brilliant.
Hey there, my name is Parker Intero Mackay, esports caster for Rainbow Six Siege. There are so many exciting things to come in Year 4. In-game events, map reworks, playlist updates, a roster of 52 unique operators, and of course, a thriving esports scene. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to enjoy our 13th season, Operation Phantom Sight. This major content update brings 2 new operators to Team Rainbow, Nook and Warden. After this show, be sure to stick around for an intense celebrity match starring T-Pain, Lil Yachty, and some of your favorite Twitch streamers for the Twitch Rivals Celebrity Show Match. But right now, here's a glimpse of the new season in action. Thank you, everyone, and have a great E3.
Come on, come on. Oh, no!
Yeah.
No! Again?
Yeah, that's what you get when you take on the Brawlhalla Master.
These things are whack! 1v1 me, bro. For real!
Yeah. I'll toast your buns again, sure. Want to choose a different character?
Yeah! I choose me!
Whoa.
Yeah! Woohoo! Algebraic!
Oh, my burrito! Whoa! It's those guys from the game!
What time is it?
Adventure time! Love that bacon hammer!
All I do is win. Got him!
Go for it, PB!
Uh-huh, Princess Bubblegum gonna show you up! Homies help homies!
This place has everything! Ha! Did somebody order a combo?
Yeah! Woo! Mathematical! 25 million players!
Dude, that's almost 25.5 million!
Oh, snap! Look out!
Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Brawlhalla? Brawlhalla?
No, man. Brawlhalla.
Oh. Hey, welcome to Brawlhalla.
This game is...
test of a man's worth is battle. When those rounds come screaming past your head, you're gonna learn if you're hungry enough to take that victory. And we're going to battle with the soldiers that we used to be. Ghosts. And you better believe that they are hungry too. Once upon a time, some of these ghosts, they may have been your friends. And there is brotherhood. But then there is what the world needs. These ghosts, they are the past. They still serve the machine that we left behind. And right now, for the future, the world needs us. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here with you tonight. And as you head into battle, with that mean look in your eye, those bad intentions in your mind, remember this. You are the few with the courage to make history. You have the desire to take victory. You will be on a battlefield full of ghosts, but only you have that hunger. That hunger that makes you wolves.
All the way. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm John. Good to be here. This is Bam Bam the dog. Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's a real honor to be here with you guys today. Thank you. I love you too. Right on. This is awesome. This has been really great and exciting, and I'm really honored to be here. I'm enormously proud to be part of the development of this game. It was a pleasure to work with the Ubisoft team. You know, I've had the chance to play some pretty strong, tough men over the years. I've played a deputy fighting zombies, special forces soldier who lost everything. And now I get to play Cole D. Walker. He's a skilled former special operations soldier with his own sense of responsibility and his own moral code. He knows how things should be run. He loves his brothers, his fellow soldiers, but he is willing to do whatever it takes to complete his mission and take control of Aroa. There is no briefing. There's no backup. You will not face a group of bad guys or a criminal organization. You will face an entire army. My army, the Wolves. We've got the numbers, we've got the organization, and remember, we trained alongside you. The weaponry of a fully operational special ops detachment. Trust me, there's an unparalleled arsenal of high-tech weapons in Aroa. So if you think you have what it takes, strap on your boots and you get ready to take on the Wolves, and take on me. See you in Aroa, we'll be waiting.
Are perfect predators. They have the knowledge of their hunting ground, but we have the element of surprise. They have the technology, but we have the skills to even the odds. They have an army, but we fight with our brothers and sisters. They are hungry, but we are enraged. ghosts. And ghosts never die.
Hi, everyone. Being a community developer on Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint has been an incredible journey for me so far. When we first announced the game, you were very excited. And after discussions with members of our community, I today announce that with our post-launch plan, we will be bringing back our AI teammates for our solo players. With Ghost Recon Breakpoint, we want to go the extra mile with how we engage with you. So I'm pleased to announce a brand new community program that will allow you to express and share your passion. Welcome to Ghost Recon Delta Company. From cosplay to streaming, fan art to forum discussions. However you show your love for Ghost Recon, there is something for you in our 5 different detachments, with lots of content to support you, as well as direct discussions with our studio. So head over to our Ghost Recon Breakpoint website to find out more, and hear from you soon, Delta Ghosts. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Laura. Hello, everyone. The Ghost Recon team has always taken great pride from your passion for our games. And that passion is what pushes us to deliver the best Spec Ops experience out there. Behind enemy lines, you will be fighting the most dangerous enemies the Ghosts have ever faced, constantly testing your survival skills. Yes, we can't wait to welcome you in Ghost Recon Breakpoint on October 4th. And 1 month before that, our beta will be live on September 5th. You can register on our website right now for a chance to participate. Ghost Recon Breakpoint will be live for years to come. We've got your back. New content, free updates, and many surprises inspired by our community. Yes, yes, like this one. Will you survive your breakpoint? All right. See you all out there. Have a good one.
A dauntless and daring agent. She's all in, all out, always. Montaigne. Counterterrorism and rescue veteran. His best offense is his defense. Nomad. Covert Special Ops team leader. A ghost on the battlefield. Caveira. Highly skilled defending operator. Lightly armed. Massively effective. Sam Fisher. Elite covert operative. The lone wolf now hunts with a pack. When chaos strikes, rally the specialists. Lead the elite squad. Pre-register now.
$10 years. 10 years. Wow, that's a lot of dancing. We're exhausted. I know. But think of everything we've done. It's not for us, or for you, or you. It's for them, the players! We danced, and Silvio and his girlfriend got married. We danced, and our friend Jaden Rodriguez danced for millions, bringing together generations. That's right. We danced, and they set world records. Do you remember Carrie? Yep. Of course we do, because we were with her. Right. Yes. Dance is why we exist. And I know we're gonna have much more of these moments because dance is a force. It's transcendent. It unites and it shows us who we are. That's why Just Dance is more than just dance. Let's get out there and get ready for what's next.
There's an old tale about this village. A samurai came to deliver justice. But darkness clouded her mind. She slaughtered every living soul. And became the spirit of death. Years later, we hunted the samurai in the village. We didn't believe the old tale. Not until a horror came. Spirits hungered for our souls. Sakura is the spirit of death. And she's brought a curse that will doom us all.
Found him. Take him. I'll cover you.
He's going into stasis.
Contact! Head to the extraction point!
Hi, I'm Bio Jade, and I'm the lead game designer on the next Rainbow Six game. It's called Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine. I'm part of a new team in Ubisoft Montreal that set out on an exciting new mission: create a radically redesigned co-op experience built on the foundations of one of the best shooters of this generation. What Siege is to the PvP shooter genre, we will be to PvE co-op. Quarantine will test your tactical skills and survival instincts, holding you and your operators on the razor's edge. It pulls you together as a squad, facing off against an unknown and devastating parasite. You will risk everything every time you step into quarantine. Stay tuned and start prepping for your next deployment. I can't wait to show you more, and have a great E3.
As creative director at Red Storm Entertainment, there's no greater reward for me or the team than to see our game come to life and to see our players, our star players, taking tremendous pride in being a part of the Division. Yeah. Now, if you haven't had the opportunity to play the Division 2 yet, we would be thrilled to have you join our very passionate community, because I'm happy to announce that this week only, between June 13th and June 16th, the Division 2 will be absolutely 100% free for everyone to play. And there's no better time to join us, as we're about to release the first of our major content updates for our year one journey. A journey beyond Washington, D.C., to save not just a city, but an entire nation. All right. Thank you. Episode 1, coming in July, right around the corner. We deliver to you new main missions and a brand new game experience. So for the first time, we're taking the fight outside the city, and you'll venture deep into the woodlands to spearhead an attack on a presidential compound as you seek to bring a traitor to justice. The National Zoo is the setting of our next mission, where you and your team will hunt down the surviving outcast leader. And this brings us to our final edition of Episode 1, a place called Kenley College, and it's home to an entirely new gameplay experience. One that will take exploration, investigation, and logic to uncover the fate of a military convoy gone dark. Now, Episode 2, coming this fall, we'll bring to you the Pentagon. Once an impenetrable fortress, it has fallen to the Black Tusks, and its secrets are about to be thrown out into the open. You must do everything it takes to secure what lies behind the walls of this last castle. But this won't be the greatest danger you face in Episode 2. I'm very excited to tell you that our second raid will be coming this fall, bringing back intense 8-player action. Yeah! Watching you tackle the first raid was awesome, and we cannot wait to see what world records you break this time around. Now, this brings us to our third and final episode of Year 1. What if rebirth was not about bringing the world as we know it back to life, but the opposite? One man holds that power, and humanity itself is at stake. Agents, it's time to engage in a manhunt.
It's the time of the season when love runs high. In this time, give it to me easy. Let me try with pleasure.
We had the training. We fought to protect the weak. But training doesn't prepare you to hunt someone you used to call brother. He has left us no other choice. If we don't stop him, there will be nothing left to save.
Holy shit, what about that? Man. Woo! I can't wait for that. Okay, One last thing. As you might know, we have been working on a movie. It will be directed by David Leitch, starring Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal. Well, today, I'm proud to announce that we will be making the Division movie with Netflix. More to come on that in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh my God. Wow. Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Panagrossi. I'm Vice President of Platform and Product Management. Ubisoft has been creating worlds for over 30 years. We have the most diverse library of games, and we're about to make it even easier for you to play them. I'm here to announce Ubisoft's new subscription service on PC called Uplay Plus. You'll get earliest available access to new games, including the premium editions with all their additional content. And you can enjoy the depth of our PC catalog that includes over 100 games and growing. Uplay Plus will be $14.99 a month. If you sign up today, we'll enable free access for you in September at launch.
Let me know if you ready to get dollars, holla, cause we wildin' out. If you want it ready, steady, go. Fight the good fight because this is war. Born for greatness, man. Born for greatness, man. Born for greatness, man. Let me know if you ready to get dollars, holla, cause we wildin' out. If you with it, ready, steady, go. Fight the good fight because this is war. 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 Yeah. Born for greatness, man. Born for greatness, man. Born for greatness, man.
Wherever players are, we want to provide access to our games and services. I'm pleased to announce that in 2020, Uplay Plus will be available on Stadia. Stadia is the new generation gaming platform where you could play our Stadia games from any device. A special thank you to Phil Harrison and his team. This is the beginning of our partnership. Thank you so much. Have fun playing.
We kinda rock the spot.
future champions. My name is Stefan, and I'm a proud member of the Roller Champions team. All right, come on, bring it up. From the get-go, our ambitions with this game were very clear. We wanted to create something new. We wanted to capture the intangible excitement of players preparing for the big game, the hype of team play and competition, along with the craziness of high-speed racing. So we started working on Roller Champions, a skill-based team PvP sports game that is as fun to watch as it is to play. A game in which you, the player, can create your own story as you roll up to glory. But right now I know how it looks. We showed you a trailer, and I got on stage starting my little speech. That's all well and good, but when will you ever get to play this? How about today? That's right. When we're done here, I want you to head over to Uplay on your PC to download a pre-alpha E3 demo of Roller Champions. Play the heck out of it for the next few days. And when you're done, head to the forums to tell us what you thought. And you know what? We firmly believe that you will be screaming as loudly as our colleagues did when they first got to playtest it back in Montreal. But I can't just leave you with that. So here's a taste of what you should expect once you click that download button. Put your skates on, see you in the arena.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another nail-biting game of Roller Champions! Start the party, celebrate. I'm sick of nonsense. I want to elevate. Look at him go! Unbelievably fast! Move the chain! What a tackle! Do it. If you really want to break away, party! Look at him roll! Amazing play! This one is making the history book! If you want to be loose and free, you can be anybody that you choose to be. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all.
So first, I want to say thank you to... Thank you. So first, I want to say thank you to all the Ubisoft teams around the world for your talent and energy. You know, congratulations for another great show. Thank you. So I believe video games have a positive impact on all of us and the world around us. At Ubisoft, our intention is to create games that will make you stronger and happier in your life. When you play Ubisoft games, we hope you will spend quality time with family and friends and meet new inspiring people. Learn more about yourself by doing, and gain new perspective on the world and help shape it. So to everyone who plays our games, thank you for your love. You push us to always do better and go further. So now, I'm very proud to announce a new project from an exceptional team in Quebec City. Please give a warm applause to Marc-Alexis Côté, who is coming to show you a sneak peek of his game. Hello, Marc-Alexis. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Over the last 10 years, I've had the chance to be part of an incredible team that has always pushed the limits of Assassin's Creed and shown us different periods of our past. But our imagination has always been bound to the reality of the history books. These past 4 years, our minds have lingered on a different aspect of our history: mythology. The stories of the ancient gods and their misadventures have existed through generations of storytellers and audiences and have transformed into tales that we still know and love today. Now, these stories have shaped our dreams, inspiring us to build something new, something that transcends the limits that we have always set upon ourselves. Today, I am very proud to have the chance to show you a glimpse, to show you a teaser of this brand new game that we've been working on. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, and have a great E3.
When heroes need help, they turn to the gods. When gods need help, they turn to you.
Ubisoft after show. This one will be. We just finished watching the Ubisoft E3 show. Lots of details, lots of information to go through here. But first up, Mike, what were your thoughts of the conference?
Well, I mean, technically, I guess you could say that if we were looking for who showed off the most gameplay of their games, I guess you could say Ubisoft took that one rather easy. But overall, though, I kind of liked the show. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Maybe
Cool.
nothing too mind-blowing, but... Or, I mean, we'll talk about the best game here in just a moment, but... Yeah, lots of good stuff.
Sure. And Nick, what were your thoughts of it?
For me, that doesn't play most of these games that they were showing off.
Yeah. What is... Wait. Not this again.
Oh, is it happening again?
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. It's, for some reason, it's my internet. I have no idea how.
Huh.
At all. What the hell? Okay, let's go like this. Okay, and we are back again. We're having a couple of technical difficulties. Apparently my internet is having some issues for some reason, even though I'm getting like 46 megabits a second. But whatever, I've cancelled an upload that I was doing. I think that might have been what was causing it. Anyway, Nick, I didn't actually catch your thoughts on it because of these issues, but what were your thoughts overall?
That's okay. For me, it started off good, but then it just went downhill really quickly for me.
Yeah, okay. Personally, I would say, I mean, they released a lot of decent information in my opinion. They, they went through kind of everything that they could kind of go through, and I reckon they kind of did a decent job on it, really. But they could have kind of gone into a little bit more information about, Assassin's Creed and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, they did a pretty decent job in my opinion. So it was probably a 7 out of 10, I'd say, as far as scoring is concerned. I think this issue has been sorted. Hopefully, can somebody jump onto our Twitch channel and see if it's all working? That'd be absolutely awesome.
I just closed it actually. Let me reopen it here.
I'm gonna absolutely close everything I can because it's still not liking me apparently. Somehow. Anyway, so we'll jump through.
It seems to be working right now.
Seems to be working, like no like jamming or anything like that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Okay, excellent. Okay. That's good. I think it might actually be on my end that I'm seeing issues. Anyway, so what we saw first was some Watch Dogs 3 or Watch Dogs Legion, whichever one you want to call it. What did you guys think of this? What did you think of the info that they showed, the whole NPC thing? We'll go through a little bit more detail in a minute, but what were your initial thoughts of this?
I think it's fair to say that Watch Dogs Legion was by far the best game at the conference.
Yep.
Mainly because of one thing. Grannies that unleash robotic facehuggers.
Ex-spy /
I don't know
assassin.
why, but an ex-spy, ex-assassin granny that unleashes robotic facehuggers. Something about that just made me so happy for some reason, because it's like, it's so silly, and yet you just can't help but smile when you see an old lady in a mask just walk up to some random person and shoot them in the head. While unleashing her robotic spiders to go ahead and facehug people and just electrocute them from there.
Fair enough. I mean, she looked like she was a bit slow moving, but I mean, she's an older
Oh no, she is
lady,
slow, and
so,
chances are she would be someone you wouldn't want to play as, but
it's
still
absolutely
though,
hilarious.
that was pretty funny.
Like her whole skill set and everything is absolutely hilarious. Nick, what were your thoughts of this? Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs 3 looked pretty good to me. Visually, it looked nice. The gameplay looked fun. The granny was awesome. No idea what the story is still. It's be about resistance and Brexit, but I'm down. I'm down for it. It looks a lot of fun.
Okay, awesome. I mean, for me, it's the first Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs 1 was, I didn't really like it that much, and Watch Dogs 2 was, it was a bit of an improvement, in my opinion, but I still wasn't really a fan. But this one looks quite interesting because of the whole, you can kind of recruit NPCs and get people with different skill sets and infiltrate different areas. So a couple of things that they did show off about the game was once you are knocked, in a sense, it's kind of an Apex term, once you're knocked down on the ground like you're about to die, you're bleeding out in a sense, you have a choice to either surrender or get back up and fight, resist. In a sense. Yeah, resist. And the gameplay that they showed of that, the guy got knocked down that they were playing as, and then he got up, and then he was like, got in a car and took off, fly out, and was being chased and all that kind of stuff. And another thing is, if you die as an NPC, you're dead forever. That's the end of that NPC.
Yeah, permadeath.
Permadeath.
What
do you think of that?
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of in that position of I admit, I'm the kind of person that kind of avoids the permadeath because I suck sometimes. I'm not afraid to admit it, so therefore I don't want my characters to die. If something was to happen to my badass granny with robotic facehuggers, I don't know what I would do with myself. So chances are that if the option is there to go ahead and surrender or resist, I mean, if it's a character I really love, I'm just going to have them surrender just so that maybe I could break them out or pay their bond or something like that. Otherwise, if it's a character who I really don't like, it's like, okay, enjoy your death. But
sure.
Yeah, honestly, though, it does kind of make me wonder of one other thing, but I'll cover that here in a moment.
Sure. Nick, what are your thoughts of the whole permadeath thing?
I thought it was actually pretty cool, that feature, because it gives like some actual consequences for death, and it sort of reminds me of Shadow of Mordor with the Nemesis system. So if you die, there's consequences for dying and all that.
Yep. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't really have a problem with permadeath. I mean, the whole... This isn't really a very nice thing to say. There's so many people around, you can kind of, you know, replace them pretty easily, the person who's died. I mean, not that... Yeah, whatever. So, it sounds like, you know, oh yeah, you just go and kill everybody and it'll be right, you know, but it seems like permadeath was just a bit of a... It's a bit of a inconvenience, but it's like something that I think they've done, from what we saw at least, quite well, where you can just kind of go off and recruit somebody else if need be. So that looked quite decent. As far as what the game looked like graphics in a sense, it kind of looked a little outdated in my opinion. It looked like it was using an older engine. What did you guys think of this? Did you think it looked kind of older, or?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was kind of running on the same engine as the second Watch Dogs, but I don't know. I didn't really pay too much attention to that, honestly.
Sure. And Nick?
I thought the environment did look nice. It's just the character models look outdated, like the characters themselves. Like they look like they just still were from Watch Dogs 2 or something.
Sure. Makes sense. I mean, for me, yeah, it looked a little kind of outdated a little bit. But I mean, if they're using an older engine, then that's kind of what you expect, really. They can't really replace an engine every time a new game comes out, kind of thing. So another cool thing that we saw here is you can basically hack any environment in the game, like security drones, like those security screen things that you walk through, and you can even like jump on top of drones and kind of ride them to a different area in the environment. So that looks quite cool as well. So each new NPC that you recruit basically has to be, you've got to basically do an origin mission for that NPC. So if you want to recruit like 20 different people, you'll have to do 20 different origin missions for each of the characters. That's basically what they said when they were when they were discussing it after the gameplay had gone through.
Honestly, part of me kind of wonders just how deep that's going to be, because like I was mentioning this before, because there's probably like 1,000+ NPCs in the game, and apparently if you can recruit each and every one of them, would that be to say then that you're going to have like 1,000+ missions that you have to go to complete in order to go to get them all or something? Or you know, it's kind of hard to say.
I'm sure there'll be some repeatable missions.
Yeah, I mean, they might have where like some of the missions are just like side quests, like just go here and get this for this character, or you know, really basic stuff like save them from being attacked, like what they used to do in Assassin's Creed, where you have to liberate people in a sense. They might do it in that way for some of them. I think they might have like a 2-tier mission system where it might be you might have like really main NPCs that you can go after, and like lower level ones that are kind of don't really have as in-depth missions or origin missions as what the main NPCs kind of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess do you think that could make it kind of a bit, if each NPC has like an origin mission, do you think that could make it kind of repetitive and boring? Could you kind of get sick of doing the same thing over and over again?
I mean, I kind of feel like that would maybe be the case. That, and also, I don't really know how effective all NPCs are, because I did pull up the gameplay walkthrough, because Ubisoft's already posted that, and I did go ahead and find that other guy that we were talking about, just to go to read off his thing for this guy named Derek. 100% damage, may die randomly. With all due respect, I mean, it would be pretty cool if they kind of did like so many random things, like, you know, person may die of heart attack at any moment, or it's like, you know, if they run too fast, you know, their leg breaks or something. But it's like, that was kind of random, where it's like, you know, it's just trying to imply to not try to recruit every single person because, you know, quote unquote, they may die randomly. I mean, it could have been a joke, but
does he have like a heart problem or something?
Oh no, his occupation was a stuntman.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, maybe that's the reason why he may die randomly, because he's a stuntman. He could easily die if a stunt goes wrong, maybe, but hard to say. But yeah, no, I'm interested to see just how far that goes. Where it's like maybe for like the more better NPCs, those would be the ones that would have stories. Whereas other people who are just like random NPCs, you could just recruit them and maybe either like you bribe them or they just instantly be like, oh, okay, I'm part of DedSec now. Cool. What do I do?
Yeah.
Or
sure.
I don't know.
Kind of like go up to them on the street. Hey, do you want to join the resistance? Yeah, sure, dude. Here's a kind of like an SD card of what the information of how to get in contact with us.
This will let you hack the world.
We'll see you in a year. So this is coming out on March 6th, 2020. How long's this game been kind of confirmed for, in a sense?
You mean when the last game came out?
So did they confirm it when did they say when Watch Dogs 2 came out, hey, we're working on Watch Dogs 3, or did it take them some time to say, hey, we're working on it, or?
Well, I mean, I'm not too sure because Watch Dogs 2 came out back in 2016, so
okay.
I guess maybe like as soon as they finished with Watch Dogs 2, that maybe half the team did the DLC for Watch Dogs 2 while the other half got Watch Dogs Legion ready to go, maybe. Hard to say, but I think this kind of falls within the reasonable standpoint because if the game's coming out, what was it, 2020?
Yeah,
March 2020?
March 6th, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like a 3-4 year product development cycle. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it just kind of seems like it was. I only found out about Watch Dogs 3 recently, like probably this year I found out that they were doing another Watch Dogs, so it's just a little bit quick for me, kind of thing, that they're already doing it March 6th. But as you said, they've probably been working on it for quite some time anyway.
Oh yeah, no, a lot of game companies work on stuff for a long time, which is why. Well, I'm not going to talk about Anthem. That's way too easy of a target at this point.
Yeah. So next on the list, so actually before the whole Watch Dogs 3 thing, we actually saw some of the Ubisoft Symphony, which was like the Assassin's Creed Symphony in a sense. That wasn't really anything. It was kind of just like an ad saying, hey, we're doing a tour. If you want to come and see the Assassin's Creed Symphony, come by this place or blah, blah, blah. So that wasn't really much. It was a good
worldwide tour.
Worldwide tour, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because what I was saying during the start of the conference, because Assassin's Creed does have a nice soundtrack. For the life of me, though, I cannot recall one song that just stood out to me as being like that standout song. But because I don't know, I feel like Assassin's Creed has always been that kind of game where it's been more of the experience rather than just taking it all in, at least through the samples.
Yeah.
Because when I was playing through Odyssey, I was spending more time just looking at just how big the map was, and not really trying to pay attention to how the music sounded or anything like that. So, I mean, if you enjoy the Assassin's Creed soundtrack, you'll probably have a lot to take from it if you go to one of the places where they're going to worldwide. Otherwise, yeah, this one's not really filling me right now.
Sure, it's not like a soundtrack that you get really emotionally attached to, in a sense. Like God of War is a great example here, where
God of War, Final Fantasy, so many miscellaneous games you could go to pull examples out of. I feel like that if you were to ask people to list off their top 10, I don't know how many of them would mention Assassin's Creed, or at least not off the top of my head.
Even Red Dead Redemption 2 had a really good sound. I think they won soundtrack of the year last year at the Game Awards, which is kind of surprising. So.
But yeah, no news on Assassin's Creed though. Otherwise,
yeah, I know that was
the rumored Viking game, or whatever it's going to be. We're not going to find out about that until this time next year. So it just gets settled in, I guess.
It's probably a next gen title.
They might announce it at the Game Awards, maybe, or even like PAX,
maybe
perhaps. Not PAX.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be announced at a later time, but it's not going to be announced this week, most likely, or definitely not. I should say they would have announced it today if it was an actual thing, but that's still definitely under wraps, it seems. So yeah, that's no.
Yeah, 100%. What else were you kind of expecting to see that wasn't really shown? I'm just trying to think.
Well, because I mentioned before that it was already confirmed that Skull and Bones and Beyond Good and Evil 2 were going to be no-shows. That for the latter, I could care less because, I mean, it's Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm excited for it, but at this point, it's kind of like it's starting to feel like a Final Fantasy VII remake case, to where it feels like it got revealed too soon.
Yeah.
I mean, mind you, we're gonna get more information on Final Fantasy VII remake tonight in a few hours, but
Yeah.
otherwise, though, it's like, you know, Beyond Good and Evil 2, it's probably gonna be great, but until then, though, it's just in a state of what's going on. Meanwhile, for Skull and Bones, that one definitely kind of hit a bit harder. And I'm hoping that when they do get around to showcasing Skull and Bones again, where you see something exciting, but until then, though, yeah, unfortunately, that's a no-go too. So it's kind of like a 1-2 blow right there, but one could definitely hurt more than the other.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting to see something on even the Skull and Bones TV show that they're doing, or movie, or whatever it is. But yeah. Nick, anything that you were surprised wasn't shown?
For me, I was hoping to see new titles or something of that, but all we got was pretty much updates and DLC for already existing games, which kind of disappointed me.
Sure. They didn't really show too much gameplay stuff either, like I was expecting them to show quite a bit. Yeah, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess they've got to do what they got to do. So following the whole Ubisoft Watch Dogs 3 Legion showcase, they went on to do a Mythic Quest TV show announcement confirmation thing. A game that doesn't exist, apparently. It's like a movie revolving around a development team who's worked on a game that is like the biggest MMORPG in the world. And
it's basically Racing Kratos, but a comedy, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. A lot of companies are doing this now. Like, obviously the God of War guys did it. There was something on Rainbow Six as well. Ubisoft did one on Rainbow Six.
Oh yeah, that was a while back ago. That's right.
Yeah.
They were talking about the competitive esports scene of Rainbow Six Siege. But yeah, no, I actually did enjoy the Racing Kratos story.
Great.
That one was definitely a really good one. So I'm glad.
It was pretty good.
But
really good.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of. I mean, for this one, for the Mystic Quest Raven's Banquet, it's like, I mean, I get what they're doing. They want to make, you know, Office the video game edition or something like that. But honestly, though, it's kind of like, I mean, I get it, but it's like, why are we getting it?
Yeah, I think they're kind of trying to shine more light on like development teams and what they go through on a day-to-day basis, in a sense, but kind of make
so
like
basically make. Okay, so to go ahead and make laugh at time at crunch time, then, right?
Well, yeah, it's kind of in a sense.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch then.
So following Mythic Quest, that was, they didn't really show anything on that. Like they just showed.
No, just like a small teaser at most.
Yeah.
So following Mythic Quest, we got some stuff on Rainbow Six Siege, which is their latest season is called Phantom Sight, which is SIGHT, I believe, is what it is.
Yeah,
Warden,
sight, as in sunglasses.
Yeah. Warden and Nook are the new operators, which we kind of already know all this information anyway. But this starts tomorrow. So this new season is dropping tomorrow. Which is, I think, a little bit surprising for some people, but if you're wanting to go and play
they got
the
announced
season,
a month or so ago for the new operatives, but they didn't give us a release date. So a lot of people were holding off on the idea that we were going to get a release date for the Phantom Sight, Operation Phantom Sight this week, but I guess they didn't think that it was actually also going to come out this week. So it's like, it's a nice surprise. And if you play Siege, I'm sure you'll like the new operatives, but it's still kind of like, yeah, if you were expecting to hear new stuff on Siege, then clearly you haven't been paying attention since, you know, we already know what we were going to get for this season already. So it's not like we were going to get anything else outside of that.
But yeah, basically the only new info they gave was the release date, really. Which is the season release date, which starts tomorrow. Any thoughts on this at all? Like anything you guys want to add to this?
I mean, I like the little teaser that they did for Mr. Mustache with the sunglasses, but outside of that, though, it's like, you know, again, there's not really much you can talk about here because, like, everyone knows what is going on because you revealed it already. The only thing we needed was just a release date. That was it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nick, anything to add?
Well, not really. Not really. The game looks fun. I'm sure it's fun. I just don't play, so to me, it's not anything to write home about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I don't. I've got it, but I don't really play it either.
Every game has their audience, so it's like, it's not expected for you to play every single live service game that's out there, so that's totally understandable.
Yeah. So following this, a game that I didn't even know was even Ubisoft, and a couple of us didn't know this actually. So Brawlhalla is getting a Finn and Jake from Adventure Time character pack thing. And it's also going to include Princess Bubblegum. I've never seen Adventure Time either, by the way, so it's not even really a big thing over here, I don't believe. Maybe it is, I don't know. Were they bringing any other characters to this, or was that it? Just those three?
I think that those were the only three that I noticed, honestly. Just Finn, Jake, and Princess Bubblegum, but that was about it. And I'm not too big into Adventure Time, but I have seen, more than enough episodes to get the gist.
Sure. And it is free.
It's trippy.
It's free. I believe
Well, I mean, the game itself is free to play.
Yeah.
I don't recall for the characters themselves. Maybe they are free. I don't really know how all that works, so to speak, but...
I think they are free, but I'm not...
but if you do want to play Brawlhalla, though, you can do so at any time. Again, it's free to play, so enjoy.
Sure. Yeah. Are those characters coming immediately to it, or were they going to be, a week out or something like that? Or
I think I saw that, actually.
I don't think they said it, to be honest. I think they're already in it, but not too
Probably. Sure. I could hear myself for a quick second, try to find out, but I don't think that's the case. But I'll find out.
Sure, no worries. So, if you're wanting a free brawler game, beat 'em up, whatever you want to call it, Brawlhalla has a couple of new characters and whatnot in it, so this could be something fun to check out. Next up, we saw Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now this had a small kind of ghost on ghost kind of trailer kind of thing, where they were kind of the main guy, who is actually the Punisher actor who plays Cole D. Walker. I'm not too sure what the actor's name is. Oh, really? Okay. Good to know. So he was basically addressing his squad and saying, this is what we're going to do. We're going to mess people up and kill everybody, and we don't care, and this and that and blah, blah, playing a real tough guy. His group of ghosts are called the Wolves. They are the main antagonists, the main enemies in the game that your ghosts are going to be fighting against. If you're playing Breakpoint solo, the ghosts who you are teamed up with are going to be AI controlled. They hadn't actually announced that previously. So single player people can jump in and play that without a problem. You don't need a squad of people. It's fine.
Yeah, so it's just so it's just like Wildlands, where it's you're not expected to have to team up with other players if you can't find them. So that's good that they are bringing that back.
Yeah. Another thing that they're doing is a thing called Ghost Recon Delta Company, which is a community program which offers 5 tiers. Basically, you can jump on there if you're a fan of Breakpoint, and you can basically stream. You can contact them for support through that. Did they mention anything else regarding that community program? I don't believe they did.
I don't think so.
Did they say
when really knows much either?
Did they say when it was going to be releasing? I think it might already be released, actually. I'm not too sure.
I think, well, I'll double check just in case, but for the most part, though, the beta is set for the 5th of September. So if you do want to go ahead and get in on that, sign up now, essentially.
And the game launches on October the 4th. At the very end, we did see a Terminator-esque, 2 glowing eyes. Now, what is the go with Terminator coming to everything? Because we've got Terminator in this, well, it's not confirmed, but it certainly looked like it. Terminator's in Gears of War 5, and apparently it's coming to Mortal Kombat 11 as well?
Yeah, because during the Shang Tsung trailer, it was teased with 2 more characters, and a lot of people already speculated it was going to be Ashley Williams from the Evil Dead series, or not the Evil Dead series, Army of Darkness. It's not going to be Evil Dead. And then the Terminator, because it had that dun-dun-dun-dun-dun sound at the end of it, too. So, because Terminator, I think the movie's called Dark Fate or something, is going to be coming out later this year. Yeah. It does seem like that, it's getting a lot of focus right now for the Terminator. Because, if you recall, a couple of years back, the Predator was getting a lot of focus, too. Because the Predator was in Mortal Kombat X as a playable character. And ironically enough, it was also in Ghost Recon's Wildlands.
Yeah.
So it's this does seem like the next course of action, to where it's the next thing, like, it'll be fun to see if it's really going to be a thing where you're going to be fighting off Terminators in the wild or something. We'll see what happens there, but it's like, yeah, this is starting to become the year of the Terminator right now.
It kind of does make sense.
Now we just need Terminator for the...
It kind of does make sense because you are kind of fighting drones and like super futuristic technology in a sense. So the Terminator kind of would fit in, but I don't know. It's just stop bringing Terminator to everything, really. So, Nick, any thoughts on Breakpoint at all? Are you going to be picking it up, or are you remotely interested in it?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'll pick it up day one, but I am interested in the game because I did get bored of Wildlands, but this game seemed to be improving a lot of aspects from Wildlands, and I would like to play with a few of my good mates, so it seems like a good time. Plus, John Bernthal is always a win.
Yeah.
Sure. Mike?
I think that for the most... Yeah, I think for the most part, I mean, I'm interested, but the thing, though, is that I'm probably not going to be jumping straight into it like I did with Wildlands, because I'm probably going to hold off a bit on that. Let me see what else.
Yeah.
So to speak. I admit that I didn't really get too far into Wildlands, but it was pretty decent for the most part, though, I would say.
Okay, sure. A lot of people didn't like Wildlands, I believe. Like, they found it very boring and like Far Cry-y in a sense, where it was like doing the same kind of thing over and over again. But I think they've, like a lot of Ubisoft games, they launch not very good and then they kind of support them and try and build them back up in a sense. I mean, if game companies would just wait 6 months, polish it off, you know, make it look cool.
Well, Ubisoft has made it an art. It's just everyone else that's trying to do what Ubisoft has been doing. And
exactly.
because of that, you know, only Ubisoft is allowed to get away with that shit because they're the only people that know how to actually polish the turd up and make it all shiny once it's ready to go. Whereas everyone else, when they try to polish it, it's still shit. But again, I promise, again, not going to keep talking about Anthem. I keep trying, but I keep failing, and I'm sorry.
That's so good, it doesn't matter. So following Breakpoint, we got a Ghost Recon mobile game, which looks like it's... What would even be the term for this kind of thing? It's like 2 squads.
It is basically... It's basically Tom Clancy if they were to do XCOM, essentially.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
If we had to go to make it very broad, but I mean, it kind of makes sense that because like I was saying beforehand, before the show started, we have The Division, Siege, and Breakpoint, and then had we had Splinter Cell, we would have had that too. But you know, with so many different Tom Clancy titles that are out there, I guess it does make a bit of sense to go ahead and make a mobile game that just brings them all together just for the hell of it. As for if that's going to be successful or not, you know, that's something else entirely that I'm not going to try to touch. Because mobile is kind of that kind of no-no territory. Although I don't really know if a lot of people are going to be pissed off about it, other than this is as close to playable Sam Fisher as we're going to get.
Let me just say, we all have mobiles, so what are we complaining about? That good old Diablo meme.
Yay.
Oh, that was so bad.
Yeah, we all have cell phones here, but not the majority. Or at least not the fancy, beautiful phones that
gaming
we have.
phones.
I'm addicted to this
Just
thing.
add it to the Switch.
Cyborg.
What did you say, Nick?
I was going to say, just add that mobile game to the Switch and you're all good.
Yeah, it's like Elder Scrolls...
Blades.
Yeah, Blades. That's coming to Switch, funnily enough. So, and that's going to be free. So I think a lot of mobile stuff is going to be coming to Switch in future, I reckon, because it's a good platform for like on-the-go mobile-y kind of games. So this Ghost Recon mobile game is going to be called Ghost Recon Tom Clancy Elite Squad for mobile. It's going to have characters like Sam Fisher and elite ghosts and whatnot in it. So it looks kind of interesting. I won't be picking it up though because I'm not a mobile gamer. So there goes that idea.
Okay. Just to quickly fall back to what we were talking about earlier about Brawlhalla. Yes, I finally got it to upload right now, and Finn, Jake, and Princess Bubblegum are indeed in the game right now. So if you do want to go ahead to start playing it, all the more power to you. Have fun with that.
Sure. Cool.
Although that the characters are actually, you do have to buy the characters though. And Hellboy.
Interesting.
So yeah, they're in the game. You just need to unlock them essentially.
Sure, makes sense. So following Elite Squad, we got some Just Dance 10-year anniversary stuff, which looked very interesting. The dancing was very cringe-worthy, in my opinion. Now, this is...
It's always going to be cringe-worthy, honestly. It's Just Dance.
This is hilarious, because it's coming in 2020, and it's coming to Wii.
Yes!
Heck yeah! Like, what? It's coming to Wii, and not Wii U, or not... I mean, it's coming to Switch as well, but it's just funny that they've gone for Wii and not necessarily Wii U. But it's coming to basically PS4 Stadia as well. Apparently, they're predicting Stadia to be out by 2020 at this stage. Xbox One and Switch and Wii, of course. Nothing really to talk about here, apart from they had pandas and whatnot dancing.
It was just a wacky time as usual.
Yeah, just typical Ubisoft thing that they usually do every year. And
the usual thing.
Yeah, the usual thing that they do. And then following this, we had For Honor Shadows of Hitokiri. Wait, Hitokiri. Let's say that, sure.
Yeah, Hitokiri.
So this is a limited time event, which will be until June 27th. When was it starting?
Well, I think it's starting either right now or later on this week, but I think it's starting right now. I mean, I could try to pull that up too. Ironically enough, I also have For Honor download on my console because reasons.
I think tomorrow. I think.
But it is an event that's going to be going on until the 27th of June. So if you guys are still playing For Honor, you could be able to go ahead to enjoy that little festivity right there. So have fun with that.
It looks quite interesting. Like, it seems to be that there's like this assassin kind of lady who went into a village and basically slaughtered everybody, and then you've got to kind of infiltrate the village in a sense, and she keeps appearing all over the place. Funnily enough, I wasn't really watching it because I was trying to write something down. So...
Well, I mean, for the most part, the most recent hero to join For Honor was the Sakura. Which, I mean, I don't know the specific terms for it. I need to get back into For Honor. I kind of missed the game myself, but I love weapons, clearly. But technically speaking, though, the Sakura was going to be was the latest hero to go ahead and join, and it looks like that the event is going to be focused around the character. In fact, right now, looking at the game right now, since it just loaded up for me, that I'm going to use my phone here. It does look like it's showing the same cinematic in which that we saw earlier. Of where we do have our person. Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my phone screen off. Where we do have our person here with the giant axe, just ready to wreak hell upon everyone. So, I mean, it's probably going to be a cool event. But other than that, though, like I said, if you're not a For Honor player, you're probably going to be skipping this anyway. But I'm sure if you're playing For Honor, you'll have lots of fun with the characters here. Like I said, I need to get back into For Honor. I missed this game. Kind of skipped it because it had a really poor launch because of their lack of dedicated servers. They have it now, so yeah.
Ubisoft does this so often, it's funny as.
Yeah.
Well, no, Ubisoft are the masters of reviving their games.
Precisely.
That's, yeah, and again, I'm not going to say that for Anthem or especially Fallout 76. If they want to do whatever with those, whatever, but I'm not going to focus on their games because they lost my interest a long time ago.
Fair enough. Excuse me. And then after this, we had Rainbow Six Quarantine, which looks to be a 3-player co-op Ubisoft game. Obviously, Ubisoft game. It looks like one player gets infected by some sort of parasite, and then your two teammates are coming to try and save you and like fend off the parasite that's kind of trying to get to you and kill you in a sense. So it looks like a 3-player PvE horror kind of game. It looks pretty horror to me. Interesting that they went down this route and went PvE only. This is not going to be PvP or anything like that as of yet. It's PvE only, and they made a point of saying that to try and, I think, make people wonder what the heck's going on. But it looks quite interesting. I'm surprised they didn't go for like a Splinter Cell kind of game and went down this route because they've already got Siege and whatnot. But I don't know. Maybe they're trying to bring in another multiplayer focused game.
If I recall correctly, sometime last year, the year before, in Rainbow Six Siege, they did actually have a quarantine event to where it was like kind of like something that where it looked eerily familiar to this. So part of me kind of feels like that they have taken that event and they're actually going to go ahead to either make it into its own full game, or maybe it's just going to be an add-on to Rainbow Six Siege, but it's going to be a more permanent event or a more permanent mode rather than just being an event that's will be available for a limited time.
Sure.
But I mean, it does look interesting for sure for being able to have a PvE in this circumstance. I'm kind of in hopes that this is as close as a proper Left 4 Dead experience as we're going to be getting, maybe. Because the last one we got was Metal Gear Survive, and no one talks about that game for obvious reasons.
That was so good. Nick, any thoughts on this game? Are you much into horror? Or?
Man,
I don't.
Yeah, I love horror, and I was getting excited.
Yeah,
I love horror, and I was getting excited because I thought, oh, new horror IP from Ubisoft, this could be cool.
Yeah.
And then it just turns out to be something from Rainbow Six. Come on, man.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that. So I kind of feel like that it would have been cool had they tried to go into a new IP, but I guess that maybe they didn't have enough to go with it. Therefore, they just fall back to maybe Rainbow Six in that circumstance.
Yeah.
Hard to say, but hopefully, though, they may try to go ahead to do more with it in the future, hopefully.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah, one could hope, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really too keen on this. As I said, I'm not really a massive fan of horror, so I'm like, nah. But it does look kind of cool. It's interesting if they've taken a mode from Siege or whatever and turned it into a game. Then kind of good on them, I reckon. I wonder how much it's going to sell for. Like if it's just one mode, it'd only go for like $15.
Yeah, part of me feels like this is. Yeah, I don't feel like this is going to be a $60 game.
Yeah, no way.
I mean, it'd be cool if it will be, but yeah, no, I'm thinking maybe like $30, $40 maybe.
Sure.
I mean, if they don't even do that much, that would be more than enough. But yeah, no, I'm not seeing this as a $60 game yet.
Sure. And then following this, we had some Division 2 news, which was quite large. So you went into quite a bit of like what the episodes and whatnot are about. So just a quick run through on from June the 13th to the 16th. The Division 2 is free to play, so anybody can jump on there and check it out and see if you want to kind of buy the game and join in on all the fun. Division Outskirts is basically a
episode 1.
Yeah, so it's basically a mode or group of episodes, I should say, where you basically journey outside of Washington and go to all these different areas, and it's a collection of episodes in a sense. They're going to be releasing each of these missions as in episodic form. So episode 1 is coming in July, and basically it is spearhead an attack on a presidential compound. Episode 2 is going to be journeying to the National Zoo to track down a traitor. And then episode 3, this is of season 1, mind you, it's a little bit confusing, is going to be basically traveling to a college and doing stuff there outside of Washington. Then season 2 is going to have 3 episodes once again, and he's going to be traveling to the Pentagon and going through there and securing it and wiping out. It had been taken over by, what was the faction? Black Hawks or something?
It was the Green Poison that was called for the infestation. But I mean, mind you, though, that was just the catalyst of everything that kind of happened afterwards. Civilization just falling apart. But I mean, that's kind of the main thing that kind of surrounds it. But yeah, no, that's kind of how that's going to play out. But I'll cover my thoughts on it here in a moment.
Sure. And then episode 2 of season 2 will be an 8-player intense action mode, it seems to be. I may have missed some details here, so if you've got anything to add, just jump in a second once I've finished running through this bit.
Coming in fall, it's the Pentagon, The Last Castle.
Okay.
Which, that one I'm kind of concerned about, because the first raid that was in Division 2, I did try it out. And yeah, the people who I was playing with, it just killed everyone, basically.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, it is brutal as all hell if you try to go ahead and play the raids in the Division. That's no joke.
And then episode 3 is basically you're traveling to New York, and it is, I think it's called Manhunt, I believe. And basically,
Something like that.
Yeah, you got to go there and rescue somebody who's track down somebody who's turned traitor, who apparently you knew previously. They didn't really give much information on that. They showed like a probably 10-second small clip of like some people walking and killing a guy, and then just New York and the Statue of Liberty and whatnot. And finally, on Division 2 news, they are doing a Division movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, which is going to be done on Netflix, apparently. So
directed by David Lynch.
Perfect. So any thoughts on all of this information? Anything I missed, please add it. Mike, go for it.
Okay, yeah, I do play the Division 2 quite a bit, so I am kind of excited to go ahead and see everything that was here. I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get to see the specializations. I would think that they would wanted to hype up the other kind of badass weapons you could be able to use in the game, but whatever.
Sure.
For Outskirts, the expeditions, that one kind of sounds exciting because that kind of sounds like the little subway missions that from the first division, to where it's kind of like randomly generated locations to where, you know, you're finding your way through one location to the other to get to the other side. So I'm kind of in hopes that maybe could be the case there.
Yep.
For episode 2, the Last Castle, the Pentagon, like I said, I'm concerned about that one because, yeah, the first raid, that one just killed everyone. And I remember when it first came out that there was like news articles coming up saying no one can kill the first boss because the boss was able to not only just take all your bullets and not feel anything, but if you do damage it, he can heal himself. So it's like, what the hell's the point of trying to fight back?
Yeah, that was that one on console where nobody could get through it, and I think it took like 3 weeks or something for PC players to even get through it. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, no, and yeah, the raids in Division, like I said, they are brutal as all hell.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
definitely for sure. If you want a challenge, have fun with that and enjoy dying. And then as for episode 3, for the one for Back to New York, that one is actually kind of fascinating because again, the first Division was set in New York, so it's like for anyone who has played the game, who did play through everything in there, it's like it's gonna be interesting to go back to New York during the summertime because you were stuck in there during the winter the entire time.
Yeah.
There was no changing of seasons, so it will be fun to see what exactly is going to happen for going back to New York, who this traitor is, and hunting him down. As for the movie itself, cool.
Kind of excited for it.
I don't have much to say there. I'm sure that the movie will be great and all, but it's like, you know,
it's
good
too
luck.
Early. It's too early to tell, really, like what it's going to be about and all that.
Can't really judge it on just a small announcement alone.
Yeah, precisely. Nick, your thoughts on all this Division 2 news?
I haven't played Division 2, but I have played Division 1, which is exciting that we get to return to New York. I thought that was pretty cool. And the Pentagon idea was pretty cool because I don't think there's much games that touch on the Pentagon as like a location setting, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The movie, I really like Jake Gyllenhaal, so I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I just hope good. So fingers crossed on that movie.
And he's coming to Netflix, and I think they are like co-developing it with Ubisoft. So most Netflix most Netflix projects are pretty decent, I would say. So I reckon it's going to turn out pretty well. It's going to turn out pretty good. And most Ubisoft projects that they've worked on as far as movies and whatnot have been decent as well. So hopefully...
They're hit and misses.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it works out all good at least.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And then following this, a bit of a slap to the face of console players slightly. Uplay
At least
Plus,
for the moment.
At least for the moment, yeah. Uplay Plus is coming to PC. This is coming in September 2019, so September this year. It's going to have 100 games, so 100 games plus. It's going to be $14.99 a month US, I believe, which will be like probably $20 or $22 a month.
It's about the same price as the Xbox Live Ultimate Pass, what have you.
Sure. And that each month, basically when you pay for each month's content, you'll get some free content, as well as access to 100 games. So basically they're going for like games as a service kind of model where it's like Game Pass kind of thing, which I think everybody needs to do really in this day and age. Like Nintendo desperately needs to do it, in my opinion, because their games are way
Sounds
too
like they
expensive.
haven't tried to do it yet. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. Nintendo's usually like a couple of years behind the rest of like PC and whatnot, funnily enough. And then at this stage, they haven't even announced it for console, but then they've said that it's coming to Stadia in 2020. So it's like, are they even going to bring it to console, or what's going on here? It's a bit interesting. So are either of you PC gamers at all? Or?
Well, for me, I just barely joined the PC Master Race myself. I mean, mind you, I'm definitely... Yeah. No, trust me. I am still a console player throughout and throughout, but I was long overdue for getting a proper PC for myself. So I'm slowly learning the ways of the PC Master Race and to tell them to, screw off. But besides that, I would say that for the Uplay, it is kind of unfortunate that it's not coming to console. Part of me kind of understands why it's starting off on PC, because if they're going to be tapping into the entire library of Ubisoft games, including like a whole bunch of Splinter Cell games, I would imagine that with all those games being on PC already, it should be kind of simple to go ahead and set up that database to go ahead to access those games and do what you want to do from there, I would say. So it would make sense why they would start off on PC for right now, and then, maybe in 2020, maybe they announce that the service may expand out to the Switch or the Xbox One or the, Scarlet or whatever. And then, maybe from there it's like not as wide of a library of a selection, but it's like you can still get a good number of games. You can still be able to play on it.
Nick, your thoughts on this service?
Well, most of the time I'm a console peasant with my PS4, so I guess I'm getting screwed over by Ubisoft, but that's okay.
EA doesn't care much for you.
I don't really. I don't really use any of the subscription thing except for PlayStation Plus, like Game Pass, Ubisoft Plus, EA, whatever.
Yeah.
None of them really interest me, so I'm not really missing out on much. I already have most of the old classic Ubisoft games on my PC or anything.
Yep.
So.
And I mean, with this coming to, this kind of doesn't really make sense to come to Xbox One, in my opinion, just because Xbox has already got Game Pass, and most new Ubisoft games come to Game Pass immediately anyway. Although this would make sense for like a backlogged, like 2 or 3 year old kind of service for older Ubisoft games in a sense. With it coming to PC initially, I think that's kind of a good idea, because then they can kind of beta test it a bit and see what it can and can't do, and what kind of work out all the bugs and sort out the pricing and how like the upload model and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I reckon it definitely will come to console eventually. But I mean, EA Access started out being PC only at once, like a couple of years ago, and then I think that came to Xbox One like 3 or so years ago now.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I trust the Ubisoft approach to this.
Yeah.
Because with EA, I can't think of that many games on their service that makes me want to go out and grab the EA Access service right now on the Xbox One. But at least with the Ubisoft Uplay, I'm pretty sure you can name a good number of games that were in their library, either past or present, that you would probably want to go ahead to be able to play for $14.99 a month. So, and with their whole thing of the approach of the games as a service, that whole thing that they've been building up for the last couple of years, it makes sense that this is what it's been amounting to for this Uplay Plus service. To where it's like, now it makes sense why all these games feel like they're adding on to stuff, because now you could just say, get this service and you can get all these other games with their service or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, and as I said earlier, I think they need to, a lot more studios and whatnot need to go down this route of like games as a service. Even Rockstar or like 2K in a sense need to like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mind you, it would be nice to be able to have like access to all the GTA games in one place. That would be pretty cool to have a GTA collection to be able to play Vice City again.
And even like even
San Andreas,
even EA Access, like there's so many old like you can't get any of the Tiger Woods games on it, any of the PGA Tour games on it. You can't get any of the old good old Need for Speed games on it, like Need for Speed Carbon or Need for Speed Pro 3,
Yeah.
there's so much stuff on it that you can't get, and it's really annoying. Like, they made these games, now you can't get them anywhere. Unless you've got like
welcome to EA, pal. Welcome
yeah,
to
I know.
EA.
EA sucks.
They take your money and then just kick you
Welcome to-
out the door as soon as they take your money.
Yeah, it's just I'm not happy with EA. Anyway, moving on from the Uplay Plus stuff that Ubisoft just announced, we also got a new game that nobody had any idea about. They kept this under wraps pretty well. Roller Champions is a new roller derby game from Ubisoft. Obviously, it's team PvP. It doesn't seem to have any story or single player as of yet, and it is out today. Not sure if it's out right now, but it is coming out today.
As a demo,
as a demo in it's still in alpha, I believe. So the E3 demo is running from the 10th to the 14th on Uplay, so you can jump on there and check it out if you want to. Basically, you are in like a ring, kind of like an oval. Not oval. What's the I don't know. What it's called. You know, the one like the flat side.
I'll help you out with this.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a roller derby, but with basketball implications in it.
Perfect. Basically, the player has to do a lap of the ring, or I think it's like however many laps they can before being tackled or whatever. And the more laps they do, and then if they score the basketball or whatever you want to call it through the hoop that's mounted on the side of the ring, the more laps you do, the more points you get. It seems is the way it works.
Yeah.
So, and basically,
That's
people are
kind of
trying to
what I
tackle
was-
you and whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was guessing on, because at first we were trying to figure out why the hell there's this light that's just circling around them. But then it kind of started to make sense where it was like, well, maybe if you go ahead and do laps, then of course that's when the ring lights up. And then maybe the more laps that you do, you could possibly get more points from the ring when you finally decide to go ahead and shoot. So kind of in hopes that this could be something that could be really fun, but it's like, at the same time though, it feels like this is starting to enter into that very niche kind of category to where it's like it's starting to get a little bit oversaturated with the kind of games that we have here, because this one definitely seems like it would be something Ubisoft would want to try to make an esport if they could.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like it might catch on if you get enough people playing, whatever. It's a pretty basic concept, and it's got like Fortnite kind of art style in a sense, where it's like very kind of cartoony, like animated cartoony in a sense. So, any thoughts on this, Nick? What were your thoughts on this game when you saw it, picking it up? Or
I mean, at first I wasn't interested, but looking at the gameplay trailer, it seems like it could be a lot of fun. I will pick it up. I'll give it a shot. And if not, what have I got to lose? It's free, right?
Yeah, free from today to the
Yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can find it right now, actually, while we're talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it looks like, sort of like Rocket League, it could be a good time to play from time to time if you're like just bored and have nothing to do. I can see myself playing it a couple times.
Sure. Makes sense. I mean, yeah, it's like a sports game and something that nobody's really done before. Where, so it kind of fits into a niche at this point, so a lot of people might be very interested in it. As far as what I thought of it, I don't know. It looks cool. I might pick it up and test it out and see how it's going and if it's too buggy or whatever. But it's kind of, to me, it's kind of like a FIFA or a Madden or something like that. It's not really that interesting, but might be something that I might just catch me by surprise and get me into. And then following this, we had a project.
One final game.
Yeah, one final game. Project that's being developed by Ubisoft Quebec. It's being done by the Assassin's Creed Odyssey devs, and it is called Gods and Monsters, and it is releasing on February 25th. It's got a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild kind of art style. It looks quite nice and quite easy to look at in a sense. Like, it's very pretty to look at and very good looking. Basically, you are, from what I saw of it at least, you are like a mortal person, and it's during the period where kind of Earth and whatever is being created, and where like gods and whatever are kind of having disputes and coming down to Earth and all that kind of stuff. And basically, when the guards get in trouble, they turn to mortals to help them out.
Mhm.
And you've got to kind of fend off demons and all that kind of stuff. We didn't really see
Yep.
much of it at all. But it looks kind of cool. I reckon I'll definitely be picking this up. Mike, what were your thoughts of this?
Well, I mean, it does look it does look good for like the small little snippet that we saw. But at the same time, though, that's literally all that we saw from the gameplay wise. Because, you know, from what it looked like, it made it off as still it looked like a 2D platformer of sorts. And I don't really know if that's really what it looked like because, yeah, for the small little gameplay that was shown, it was just the person moving to the right, attacking something, and that was it. That was all that we saw gameplay-wise. So I don't really know what happened there.
Fair enough. And Nick, your thoughts on this?
I thought, like, first of all, the art style was really cool. Breath of the Wild, like you said. I love Greek mythology. I just love everything about it. So it really got me in. The premise sounds cool. I need to see some gameplay to be 100% in. But if they have like a cool, I don't know, RPG game or something, I'm definitely.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is still a little bit too early to tell what's going on with it, really, but it looks cool, at least. And that is basically it for Ubisoft. They had quite a bit of info, but nothing that was really like, oh wow, this looks amazing. Final thoughts on the show altogether.
I liked the dog. It wasn't Keanu Reeves, but he's got the next best thing.
You like the dog idea?
Yes,
Who needs gaming? We have a dog.
Aww, little poppers.
We love you so.
Yeah. Nick, any finishing thoughts on this?
Like I said, like I said before, the new games we saw, like Gods and Monsters and that roller derby one, was pretty cool. But I wish they would have like maybe reduce this time showing on DLC and expansion for games we already know, like For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege, Division, all that.
Yeah.
Maybe make the conference like an hour long instead of dragging it out a bit, in my opinion.
Sure. Makes sense.
But I'd give it like a 6 out of 10 or something. It was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And Mike, your thoughts?
I'll say 7 out of 10. I'm still gonna give it to Microsoft because they had a really good showing in Keanu Reeves. But I would say though that once again I would say that Ubisoft has shown that they are the best when it comes to the third-party providers. Sorry for the dogs in the background. Yeah, I mean, mind you though, Square Enix is gonna be coming up here in the next few hours. So for all we know, they're gonna knock it out of the park and they're gonna kick Ubisoft off to the side. But other than that though. No, I'm excited to see what's going to be coming up here pretty quick.
Sure. Fair enough. As for me, like I would give
everything's falling apart.
I'll give it probably a 7 out of 10, I would say, altogether. As I said, there wasn't really anything that was like, oh yeah, this is really amazing, I've got to pick it up. There was a lot of like DLC showing and a lot of like previous stuff that we kind of already know about, like Breakpoint and whatever. But overall, like, they kind of showed what they could show. They don't really have anything else in the works. I mean, they could have probably definitely cut back on the whole DLC time and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, it was a solid showing overall. So that's basically it for Ubisoft. The after show. It's not the pre-show, it's the after show. By now it's like 18 a.m. now. The Square Enix show is in like 2 hours, I think.
Have to double check.
3, I think.
3 hours. Okay, cool. And they will be. Hello, cat. That will be happen. We'll obviously be live streaming that, of course, doing a pre and post show, and also hosting the
hopefully good this time conference.
Hopefully it's good.
So of course it's probably going to be better, but last year's conference was insufferable. It was basically what Bethesda was this year, to where they had nothing to show except for maybe one game everyone was looking forward to, but that was barely enough to save it.
Quiet Man, heck yeah.
Yes.
So good.
Yes, who could ever forget that gem of game?
Yes, that was awesome. So of course you can check out the whole live stream and all that kind of stuff right here at twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming. You can join our community Discord where we're going to be discussing a little bit about E3 and showings and news and all that kind of stuff. And of course you can check out our site, which is cultureofgaming.com, which will have all news and whatnot from this event and also upcoming events and previous events and all that kind of stuff as well. Much appreciated you coming on over and checking us out. Thank you, Mike and Nick, for coming over to this one. Hopefully you can join us in the future as well for another one. And we'll see you guys
in the next 2 hours.
We'll see you guys in another 2 or so hours. So enjoy.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go!